I never thought hyenas essential. They're crude and unspeakably plain, but maybe there's a glimmer of potential if allied to my vision and brain. I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a warthog's backside, but thick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride. It's clear from your vacant expressions. The lights aren't all on upstairs, but we're talking kings and successions. Even you can't be caught unawares. So prepare for the chance of a lifetime. Be prepared for sensational news. A shining new era's tiptoeing nearer. And where do we feature? Just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously squared. Be prepared. Yeah, I'll be prepared. Prepared for what? For the death of a king. What is his sec? No, fool, we're gonna kill him. And Simba too. Great idea, who needs a king? No king, la 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 la. Idiots, there won't be a king. Wait, but you said that. I will be king. Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again. Yay. Long live the king, long live the king. La 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 la. It's great that we'll soon be connected with King who we've all time adored. Of course, with pro quo, you're expected to take certain duties on board. The future is littered with prizes, and though I'm the main addressee, the point that I must emphasize is you won't get a sniff without me. So prepare for the coup of a century. Be prepared for the murkiest scam. Meticulous planning, tenacity spanning, decades of denial is simply why I'll be king undisputed, respected, saluted, and seen for the wonder I am. Yes, my teeth and ambitions are bared. Be prepared. Yes, our teeth and ambitions are bared. Be prepared. Beata Maria, you know I am a righteous man. Of my virtue I am justly proud. Beata Maria, you know I'm so much purer than the common, vulgar, weak, licentious crowd. Then tell me, Maria, why I see her dancing there, why her smoldering eyes still scorch my soul. I see her, I feel her, the sun cast in a raven air is blazing in me out of all control. Like fire, hell fire, this fire in my skin, this burning desire is turning me to sin. It's not my fault. I'm not to blame. It is this gypsy girl, the witch, who sent this flame. It's not my fault. It is God's plan. He made the devil so much stronger than a man. Protect me, Maria. Don't let this siren cast her spell. Don't let her fire sear my flesh and bone. Destroy Esmeralda, and let her taste the fires of hell, or else let her be mine, and mine alone. Hellfire, dark fire, now gypsy, it's your turn. Choose me or your pyre. Be mine or you will burn. God have mercy on her. God have mercy on me. But she will be mine or she will burn. That is one dark song, especially for a Disney song. The only way to get what you want is to become a human yourself. Can you do that? My dear, sweet child, that's what I do. It's what I live for, to help unfortunate merfolk like yourself, poor souls with no one left to turn to. I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the light, and made a switch to yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. Answer, lady, please don't laugh. I use it on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and depressed, pathetic. Poor unfortunate souls, in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner. This one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron, crying, "Spells, Ursula, please," and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Now it's happened once or twice. Someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake them across the coals. Yes, I've had that odd complaint, but on the whole I've been a saint. To those poor unfortunate souls, have we got a deal? If I become human, I'll never be with my father or sisters again. That's right. But you'll have your man. Life's full of tough choices in it. Oh, and there's one more thing. We haven't discussed the subject of payment. But I'm not asking much, just a token really, a trifle. You'll never even miss it. What I want from you is your voice. My voice? But without my voice, you'll have your looks, your pretty face. And don't underestimate the importance of body language. Ha! The men up there don't like a lot of blabber. They think a girl who gossips is a bore. Yet a land is much preferred for ladies not to say a word. After all, dear, what is idle babble for? Come on, they're not all that impressed with conversation. True gentlemen avoid it when they can. But they dote and swoon and fawn on a lady who's withdrawn. It's she who holds her tongue who gets a man. Come on, you poor unfortunate souls. Go ahead, make your choice. I'm a very busy man and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much, just your voice. You poor unfortunate soul. It's sad, but true. If you want to cross the bridge, my sweet, you've got to pay a toll. Go up and take a breath, and go ahead and sign this scroll. Flotsam, jetsam, now we've got it, boys. The boss is on a roll. To those poor, unfortunate souls. I love Ursula. She's a boss bitch. Who does she think she is? That girl has tangled with the wrong man. No one says no to Gaston. Damn right. Dismissed, rejected, publicly humiliated. Well, it's more than I can bear. More bear? What for? Nothing helps. I'm disgraced. Who, you? Never. Gaston, you've got to pull yourself together. Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Gaston, looking so down in the dumps. Every god here loved to be you, Gaston, even when taking your lumps. There's no man in town as admired as you. You're everyone's favorite guy. Everyone's awed and inspired by you, and it's not very hard to see why. No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's neck's as incredibly thick as Gaston, for there's no one in town hath as manly, perfect, a pure paragon. You can ask any Tom, Dick, or Stanley, and they'll tell you whose team they prefer to be on. No one's been like Gaston, a kingpin like Gaston. No one's got a square cleft in their chin like Gaston. As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. My, what a guy, that Gaston. I needed encouragement. Thank you, LeFou, where there's no one as easy to bolster as you. Too much? Yep. No one fights like Gaston, douses lights like Gaston. In a wrestling match, nobody bites like Gaston, for there's no one as burly and brawny. As you see, I've got biceps to spare, not a bit of 'em scraggly or scrawny, and every last inch of me's covered with hair. No one hits like Gaston, matches wits like Gaston. In a spitting match, nobody spits like Gaston. I'm especially good at expectorating. 10 points for Gaston. When I was a man, I'd 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. But now that I've grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barge. Who has brains like Gaston, entertains like Gaston, who can make up these endless refrains like Gaston? I use antlers in all of my decorating. Say it again. Who's a man among men? Who's a super success? Don't you know? Can't you guess? Ask his fans and his 5 hangers-on. There's just one man in town who's got all of it down. And his name's G-A-S-T. I believe there's another T. It just occurred to me that I'm illiterate, and I've never actually had to spell it out before. Gaston. Don't you disrespect me, little man. Don't you derogate or deride. You're in my world now, not your world. And I've got friends on the other side. He's got friends on the other side. That was an echo, gentlemen. Just a little something we have here in Louisiana. A little parlor trick, don't worry. Sit down at my table, put your minds at ease. If you relax, it will enable me to do anything I please. I can read your future, I can change around some too. I look deep inside your heart and soul. You do have a soul now, don't you, Lawrence? Make your wildest dreams come true. I've got voodoo, I've got hoodoo, I've got things I haven't even tried. And I've got friends on the other side. He's got friends on the other side. The cards, the cards, the cards will tell. The past, the present, the future as well. The cards, the cards. Just take 3. Take a little trip into your future with me. La, la. Now you young men are from across the sea. You come from 2 long lines of royalty. I'm a royal myself on my mother's side. Your lifestyle's high, but your funds are low. You need to marry a little honey whose daddy's got dough. Mom and dad cut you off, huh, playboy? Well, you've got to get hitched. But hitching ties you down. You just want to be free, hop from place to place. But freedom takes green. It's the green, it's the green, it's the green you need. And when I looked into your future, it's the green that I see. On you, little man, I don't want to waste much time. You've been pushed around all your life. You've been pushed around by your mother and your sister and your brother. And if you was married, you'd be pushed around by your wife. But in your future, the you I see is exactly the man you've always wanted to be. Shake my hands. Come on, boys. Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand? Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready? Transformation Central. Transformation Central. Reformation Central. Transmogrification Central. Can you feel it? You're changing, you're changing, you're changing, alright. I hope you're satisfied. But if you ain't, don't blame me. You can blame my friends on the other side. You got what you wanted, but you lost what you had. Hush. Cruella de Vil. That's it. Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill. Cruella, Cruella de Vil. The curl of her lips, the ice in her stare. All innocent children had better beware. She's like a spider waiting for the kill. Look out for Cruella de Vil. At first you think Cruella is the devil, but after time has worn away the shock, you've come to realize you've seen her kind of eyes watching you from underneath a rock. Pop, pop. The vampire bat, this inhuman beast, she ought to be locked up and never released. The world was such a wholesome place until Cruella, Cruella de Vil. Bum, bum. I must admit your parlor tricks were amusing. I bet you've got a bunny under your hat. Now here's your chance to get the best of me. Hope your hand is hot. Come on, clown, let's see what you've got. You can try to slam me with the hottest stuff, but your double whammy isn't up to snuff. I'll set the record straight, you're simply out of date. You're only second rate. You think your cat's a mean, but your tiger's tame. You've got a lot to learn about the genie game. So for your education, I reiterate, you're only second rate. Men cower at the power in my pinky. My thumb is number one on every list. But if you're not convinced that I'm invincible, put me to the test. I'd love to lay this rivalry to rest. Go ahead and zap me with the big surprise. Slap me in a trap. Cut me down to size. I'll make a great escape. It's just a piece of cake. You're only second rate. You know, your hocus pocus isn't tough enough, and your mumbo jumbo doesn't measure up. Let me pontificate. What the fuck? Let me pontificate upon your sorry state. You're only second rate. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Zabba-gabba-jabra. Granny's gonna grab ya. Like a zombie bus. Now this thing's bigger than the both of us. So spare me your tremendous stare. You look horrendous in your underwear. And I can hardly wait to discombobulate. I give up. And I can hardly wait to discombobulate. I'll send you back in, packing in a shipping crate. You'll make a better living with a spinning plate. You're only second rate. Now we can see why that song wasn't in the Aladdin 2019. Okay, so I wanted to do one more song from Aladdin, because that last one was kind of a dud, as was the movie, but here's one more. Prince Ali, yes it is he, but not as you know him. Read my lips and come to grips with reality. Yes, meet a blast from your past, whose lies were too good to last. Say hello to your precious Prince Ali. So Ali turns out to be merely Aladdin. Just a con, need I go on, take it from me. His personality flaws give me adequate cause to send him packing on a one-way trip so his prospects take a terminal dip. His assets are frozen, the venue is chosen, the end of the earth. Whoopee! So long, ex-Prince Ali. Okay, that was a lot of fun. I'll probably make a few more of these, like Disney heroes, rare Disney songs, stuff like that. I really enjoyed that. And Merry Christmas,